Proves a lot of trouble for John Hammack. Doesn't have to deal with that one.
He must be excited about that.
Yeah.
And it's 1-1 going into the final game.
Shane Remelt on the play, so John Hammack won the first sideboarded game.
And these players are in the exact same situation. They're both sitting there with 16 points, hoping to win, go up to 19 points, and hope their tiebreakers hold up.
Right.
So, again, we have Shane who starts off with a Misty Rainforest.
Yep.
John, by the way, mulligan to 6, has led off with a Flooded Strand.
Yep, so both players don't want to crack their fetch lands yet, leaving those for the right time. Shane, of course, in his Rug Delver deck has 3 Stifle.
Ooh.
So John has to make sure to play around those.
Yeah, Stifle's one of those weird cards. Sometimes it's just not very good, and other times...
It's so good.
Yeah, one Stifle just wins the game.
Right. Ooh, an Ancient Grudge drawn for Shane. We saw John Hammack's last opponent put that to great use. We'll see if Shane can do the same.
And yeah, just Wasteland, fetch land for Shane, and just 2 fetch lands for John Hammack. They're just staring each other down.
Almost daring John to use those fetches.
Good old-fashioned staring contest.
Yeah. Who blinks first? John says, here, Wasteland this. This is the worst land in my deck.
He is serving back to Shane.
Yep.
Will Shane blink first?
Shane, I don't think he should. I think he should just keep drawing, and yep, he gets rewarded with a land.
That Brainstorm has just increased in effectiveness quite a bit.
Ooh, Tarmogoyf for Shane. That'll almost force John to use one of those fetches eventually, or else that Tarmogoyf will beat him down.
Looks like he said no, but maybe he said, you want to counter it? And he said no, I do not want to counter it.
Tarmogoyf currently an 0-1.
Ooh,
one of the rarest Tarmogoyfs.
Big game Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
Why would you pay 2 mana for an 0-1?
You know, I don't rightly know.
It doesn't do anything, right? It doesn't have any special abilities?
None at all.
Not very good.
Nope. So that resolves, and John untaps and draws a basic island. Loves that draw phase.
Now the question is, how is he going to deal with that Tarmogoyf?
Well, right now he doesn't need to.
No, he doesn't have to, but now it goes up to a 1-2.
A 1-2. Upgrade to Squire status.
I often like upgrading my creatures to Squires.
Yeah, oh, it's really good.
Yeah, Squire is awesome.
Yeah. Putting a Mortar Pot on your 1-1?
He holds swords for knights.
Yeah, he does.
He does. That is profession. And a second Tarmogoyf.
Should probably tap mana for that one.
I usually do that.
Yeah. Usually pretty good. So he'll tap Wasteland Trop, attempt to resolve Tarmogoyf number 2.
And it looks like John has some counters before it. Spell Snare.
That will increase Tarmogoyf to 3-4.
Now, would you have played Tarmogoyf pre-combat?
Oh, definitely. Playing your creatures pre-combat into with a Tarmogoyf in play is always better. Is almost always better because it grows them if they counter them. So it could have gotten in an extra 2 points there.
Yep. And someone points out Moat is even higher than Tabernacle.
Yeah, out of stock at 300.
Taps his island, plays a Brainstorm. He's going to do the favorite play in Legacy. Brainstorm, put 2 back, crack a fetch.
Yep. And you know what we haven't seen today? We have not seen turn 1 Brainstorm.
Wow.
I think this is the first open that I've commentated that I have not seen that.
John Hammack's hand filled to the brim with Swords of Plowshares. He has 4, and he will shuffle 2 back.
Yeah, be very happy to do that. Just hopes that neither of these fetch lands get stifled, or rather that one of them gets to resolve. He needs to shuffle those away. He does not want 4 swords.
4 swords are going to be good.
Except against Nimble Mongoose.
Yeah, not against that guy. But they're good.
They are.
But you don't want them this early in the game. You want them later on.
Right.
Wasteland is going to try and take out a Tundra. It's going to work. And I believe this sword is going to come down. So swords removes that Tarmogoyf.
Yep. Shane looking to gain 3 life from this if it resolves.
It looks like it's going to resolve. I don't think he, barring him brainstorming here.
No, I mean, John Hammack would love Shane to fight over it because he has so many more, but he'll take it just being removed too. So Shane up to 23. Hasn't dealt himself any damage yet this game.
No, he's not. So who are you liking at this point in the game? Shane has just not put any pressure on.
I still think I like Shane's chances. That basically the presence of the Ancient Grudge denies John one of the best ways he has to win.
It is really big. It looks like, the best thing John can do here is he needs a Jace.
Right. That's the one advantage John Hammack has in this matchup. He has access to arguably the most powerful card in either deck, Jace the Mind Sculptor.
He's better than all.
He really is better than all.
No lies on that one.
So John Hammack fetches Basic Island, still playing around Wasteland here. Does not want to get wasted. He's light on lands.
Yeah, I like to play a lot.
Yeah.
You don't need that much white. He can get his plains next.
Exactly. I'm sure he will. And what John Hammack would love to do is Vendilion Click, removing that Ancient Grudge from Shane's hand.
That would be huge.
We'll see if he even kept in the Vendilion Clicks.
Draws a card. Cannot see what it was. Looks kind of like a Jace, though. Crack Sack. Stifle check. No stifle.
John breathes a sigh of relief there.
No one likes getting stifled.
No, it's not very fun.
Basic plains is all the basics.
See, look at all these powerful cards from the last 5 years. We have the Zendikar Full Art Lands.
Yeah. Not my favorite full art lands, but very good full art lands.
Yeah, they're fine. Certainly better than revised lands.
Yeah, Shane has all these revised cards.
Yeah. What's he thinking?
Stupid white borders. Who wants those?
Ooh, and Shane does draw a Wasteland. Number 3.
But it is not effective.
No, and I like how disciplined Shane is being with this Brainstorm here. He's not just casting it. He's not just getting nervous because he doesn't have a threat in play. He realizes he needs to maximize this, and he doesn't have any cards he wants to shuffle away right now.
Right. He knows that in this matchup, there are times he just needs a card, and he's going to use Brainstorm to find it.
Right.
Beast within his own Wasteland.
Wow, look at that. So end of turn, Shane tries to make a 3/3.
And I have to imagine it's going to resolve.
Yeah. John Hammack sitting with a red Elemental Blast. That's not going to do anything.
No, he's tapping 3. Oh, he's going to Vendilion Click in response, I think. No, he's not.
John Hammack undoubtedly thinking about days right now. Thinking back this game, thinking, has Shane had an opportunity to daze me? Would he have played it previous if he had had it?
And he's thinking, don't daze me, bro.
Do not daze me, bro.
I do not want to be dazed here, compadre. And
goes for it anyway.
Goes for it. Daze check.
No daze.
Stifle check. Well, he might. Yeah, he's gonna.
Yep.
Shane wants a daze, so he is going to
crack the fetch in response. Now, also the advantage of the brainstorming, he can put his best card on top, or he can find a daze. Both are fine.
Right. Like he probably really wants his Ancient Grudge to stick around.
Yeah.
So he will put it. I think that this gives him an opportunity to save it from a potential Vendilion Click.
Right. And however this brainstorm turns out, it'll still be really good for Shane, whether or not he hits the daze. So, don't daze me, bro. You, John Hammack, you read our minds.
He's putting it out to the universe. He's like, universe, do not give him a daze. Universe listened.
It did. Shane Remelt just drew Tarmogoyf land off that brainstorm.
But you can't feel too bad about that. He is another Tarmogoyf.
No, and I imagine he'll put Tarmogoyf Ancient Grudge on top. Although he's looking at the Lightning Bolt.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably fine in the situation, considering that John Hammack seems to be pretty far away from being able to actually get a Battle Scroll into play.
Right. You always have to be wary, though.
No, he is putting the Ancient Grudge back. I was thinking maybe he's not. He's thinking about it.
You know, I might let him just take my Tarmogoyf here. I might put
Ancient
Grudge
back,
for sure.
And Bolt goes back.
Okay. So, John...
And Bolt comes back to his hand. And Bolt goes back to his deck.
Now Shane Remelt will reveal his hand. Reveal land, Snapcaster, Tarmogoyf. Oh, and John Hammack says, wait, I haven't picked a target for my clique yet. Shane will show him his hand anyway. Now John Hammack gets full information, gets to decide if he's scared of the Tarmogoyf, if he's scared of the Snapcaster, or if he needs to cycle a card.
And what's he going to do?
I think, well, I mean, we can't really see his hand, so it's pretty hard to make that decision. But looks like he's pointing at Snapcaster.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Why is there a Beast Within tapped in play? That's because it's still on the stack right now. Vendilion Click is resolving. Shane draws from his click, and Beast Within will now resolve, killing Wasteland but giving him a 3/3.
And we just got time called, though I do believe they have a small extension for moving. But, you know, big thing is here, they both have a draw, and they need a win to be in it.
Right. If this match goes to time, expect one player to concede, for sure. Or at least some awkward conversation about it.
Yes, yes. And there's a table judge there, so it will not be a illegal conversation, hopefully.
Right. So Shane draws that Ancient Grudge, and he'll offer the trade. Now, with such a small amount of time left in the round, I think I might just bolt that click.
I completely agree. I don't know what their extension is, but
it can't be that long.
No, you have to go for it. Now, maybe John is thinking the same thing, that he can't trade here. He needs to be able to win this match.
Wow, and yeah, he took it. So Shane will get to save that lightning bolt for John's face if he needs to.
Tarmogoyf. Now, I would just bolt it right here.
Shane has other plans. He says, John, you can attack me if you want to. I'm the beatdown. We'll see how it goes.
He's saying, come at me.
Come at me, bro. Don't daze me, bro.
A lot of bro talk in this match.
Yeah. They're brothers.
As there is want to be in the ultimate round of the tournament like this.
Yep. So John Hammack draws Stoneforge Mystic. His hand is chock full of goodies, but he's light on land right now.
He is going to get that Stoneforge, though, it looks like.
Yeah, but he won't be happy to see the Ancient Grudge in Shane's hand.
No, he will not. Now, he does have it... no, that's not going to matter.
Yeah,
he... Batter Skull.
Yep, gets the skull, of course.
Yep.
And do you think he attacks here?
7:30 time.
Oh, wow. It actually turns out they have a 7-minute, 30-second time extension. So they have quite a bit of time left.
Not a big concern now.
Nope.
I was very worried that this match might not finish, but...
Yeah, it looks like it will.
The way it's going, it looks pretty good to finish this one.
Wow, attacking with Vendilion Click. I have to say, I just would have traded with that Beast token, I think.
I would have too. He has big faith in the Batter Skull.
Right.
The question is, will his faith be rewarded or not?
Right, and it's really hard to attack there because you see the cards that Shane hid with Brainstorm. They had to be better than Tarmogoyf and Snapcaster.
Right.
So he must have good cards on
John has a red Elemental Blast in his hand, and that is not going to do much against what Shane's hand.
No, especially with no red mana. And only one red source in his deck, vulnerable to Wasteland.
He also has a Swords of Plowshares, which will deal with Tarmogoyf.
Yep. John Hammack on 8, though. He doesn't have a lot of time. This Ancient Grudge is really going to put a damper in his plans.
He is just relying very, very heavily on the Ancient Grudge, on the Batter Skull. He's deciding now, can I get in there? Can I race you? Or am I just too vulnerable?
Yeah, I don't think he can.
Especially because he only has one white source right now. And, he passes the turn.
Wisely so, I think.
Wisely. Now, I would have end of turn bolted that Vendilion Click, personally.
Looks like during the draw phase, I guess, John Hammack is putting Batter Skull into play. Interesting timing for that.
And the Ancient Grudge. Cannot be happy to see that.
No.
He doesn't have a Force Will for it.
John Hammack needed that Batter Skull.
He did.
Yeah.
It's just going to get flashback.
Flashbacked. So Ancient Grudge on the stack. John Hammack thinking what he can do about it. Desperately needs to win this game. It's his only chance at top 8. This is game 3 in the last round of Star City Open Dallas.
And he seems to be resigned to fate. He has nothing here.
Yep, Jern token never enters play.
And in come the creatures. Now, I would have bolted the Vendilion Click there.
Oh, me too. I would have bolted it a long time ago.
Instead, John goes to 4. He has a Swords of Plowshares, deal with the Tarmogoyf, but Shane does have a Lightning Bolt.
Right. And a Snapcaster.
Yeah.
So Shane has the tools he needs. They all just have to resolve.
I think he's just waiting for John to tap out now. Brainstorm is going to try and find something.
So Brainstorm main phase for John Hammack needs to find some answers here, and he needs them fast.
He's looking hard. He knows that he does not have much time left. It's going to be now or never.
Yeah, and you know, his hand, looking at it, he just doesn't have the tools. He has a Jace, too slow. Red Blast, doesn't have the red mana.
Would you say he's not going to be able to live forever?
You know, I don't think he'll be able to. No. Misty Rainforest.
You know, obviously he gets to search some stuff away, but that takes him down to 3.
Yep, 3 is not a number
he
he
cracks
wants to
that,
be at.
he is going to get Lightning Bolted.
Yep. So he'll say go. Shane should probably resist the urge to use that bolt. Good.
I
He
agree.
untaps.
I agree. He needs to just attack the Tarmogoyf and see what happens.
Yep. So Goyf comes in.
John is probably going to try and swords it. Nope, he's just going to block. Yep, in comes the swords.
Shane Remelt might be brainstorming in response here. Would love that Tarmogoyf to stay alive, just in case something crazy happens with these lightning bolts.
Yeah, this game is not over yet. And he lets that resolve. He is going to gain some more life. And now it's just a waiting game. When does he cast the Lightning Bolt and the Snapcaster?
Right.
I think he just do it now.
Maybe during John's upkeep?
Maybe during his upkeep. What if he has Vendilion Click, though?
Right.
Then your Snapcaster plan is not going to work.
That's true. John Hammack might sense weakness in Shane and just go for Jace here. Desperately needing to put it away before time is called.
Well, he's got to make a big play. He cannot sit around and wait. He knows Shane has some Lightning Bolts in his deck.
Right. You know Shane didn't board them all out.
Right. You know, he's not going to win this game by being too timid right now.
End of turn bolt. John Hammack knows that is not good.
Reviews his hand. Thinks about it. Realizes that's going to lock out his last land.
Right. And you know, I'm not sure I like the timing on that bolt. There's almost nothing wrong with just untapping and seeing what you draw first.
Taps 2. Counterspells it. Shane reviews his hand. He can brainstorm in response.
Yep, or...
Oh, he just lets it resolve.
Yep.
He is currently 1 point away.
Snapcaster end of turn. John Hammack uses the fetch, goes to 3. John has to feel
Volcanic Island.
pretty vulnerable here.
Yep, he's going to get a Volcanic Island to Red Elemental Blast. That's Snapcaster Mage.
Yep. But first, Shane will brainstorm. He'll try and find an answer here.
You get another Bolt. All kinds of things you can get.
That would do it. Bolt would do it. Stifle would do it. Another Lightning Bolt will do it. He has Chain Lightnings in his deck as well.
It's an island.
Okay, so Shane does not brainstorm in response. He just wanted to use the fetch to play around a Stifle, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, John could have just red blasted that.
Yeah. Oh, he has a...
okay, Spell Snare.
I still think you got to get the Volcanic there, because now you'll never be able to get it.
Right.
And that's time. Shane's turn will be turn 1.
Ponder, Delver. Wow. That's pretty powerful.
That is very powerful.
So now all of a sudden, Shane doesn't even mind if that Snapcaster gets countered.
I think he minds.
He minds, but he's not as upset.
No, not nearly.
So he'll put 2 back. Spell Snare will resolve. Snapcaster to the graveyard, and that was just time. Shane's turn will be turn 1 of extra turns.
Yeah.
So each player has only a few turns left. Shane gets 3 more attack phases. John gets 2.
Shane is going to untap, and he's just going to play his hand out.
Yep.
Or he's going to ponder first.
Yep. Nothing else available to him at this point.
See what's there.
Ponder, hopes to draw a Snapcaster, hopes to draw a Lightning Bolt. Sees none of the above.
And I think those, you might just shuffle that, yeah.
Yeah, he needs an instant for those Delvers.
Yeah. You could have played a Tarmogoyf, but it's just not enough.
No.
He needs to worry about Wrath of God. He needs to worry about Jace.
Right. He just needs to find a Lightning Bolt, a Chain Lightning, a Snapcaster.
He's running on many outs here.
Yeah, he is.
And, his worst case scenario here is just Delver.
Yep. And he draws a Daze. That'll still be fine this game.
Yeah, that is great right now. It's keeps barring another white source. He's not going to get Wrath of Godded.
Right.
Second Delver. And
Yep.
Shane is now just playing at the waiting game of, can I flip these Delvers?
As it so often seems to be.
It does happen a lot.
He has 2 turns with which to blind flip that Delver. A lot of instants left in his deck, though.
John draws
instantly
something.
checks out his graveyard.
Yep. Did he draw a Snapcaster? That's the big question here.
Yep. John Hammack's hand before this turn had Brainstorm. It had Jace. And yes, it looks like that was a Snapcaster.
Shane's going to review the top card of his library? Or no? John's still deciding.
Yeah, John's still thinking. He has the option of playing Jace.
Can't play Jace here, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
He does have swords in his graveyard, so...
Yep, he can swords his own creature in response to a bolt.
Or he can just swords Insectile Aberration if it flips.
He'll probably be forced to do that. But John's in a rough spot here. He can't win before time is called.
No, it's impossible.
But he can get himself into a winning position and ask Shane for the concession.
Yes.
That's the only thing he can do here.
Hard decision for him.
Yep.
Starts off with a Brainstorm, it looks like.
Yeah, I definitely agree. There's really no more time to hold that.
He needs more information. As much as he can get, he's going to make this... Oh, and another Swords.
Wow. So John Hammack looks like he won't die as long as Shane doesn't flip
I think
those
that
Delvers.
he will, if he flips both of those Delvers...
Right, if he flips the Delvers.
He flips the Delvers. He's still in trouble. Mishra's Factory.
Yep, another blocker for ground creatures, but does not do anything against the flyers of Shane Rebel.
He can only kill one Delver if it flips.
So taps 2, taps 3. Nope, changes his mind. John Hammack in a really rough spot here.
Snapcaster. Or Vendilion Click. Oh, Vendilion Click.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a much better situation. Now, all of a sudden, Shane has to draw a Lightning Bolt, pretty much.
Yeah. And he took the days. Let Shane cycle. He needs to have that 1 white up.
Yeah. He is going to kill an insect. Well, still a human, but
Yep.
a potential insect.
Shane gains an irrelevant 1 life, and he needs to reveal a Lightning Bolt to that Delver right now.
Or really any instant that would be able to kill the
Right.
Vendilion Click. I don't know if he has any Beast Withins left.
Yep, there are 2 in the sideboard. And that's a Nimble Mongoose. That will not flip Delver. He just blind revealed there. I like his style. He has 1 attack phase left after this. Is that a Snapcaster?
I think it is a Snapcaster.
Oh, he drew a Snapcaster off of the Vendilion Click. And there is a Lightning Bolt in there. So,
several, actually.
Yeah.
And it looks like he does not have a force of will, so
Shane should take this one down here as long as he remembers to cast his bolt. And you know what? I don't think he's going to forget.
there we go.
There's the
handshake.
hand. Congratulations, Shane Remelt.
Shane Remelt putting himself in contention for top 8.
Yeah, you know, it's unfortunate we can't say a lock after such a hard-fought match. But
I know.
this is going to come down to the wire. I think there are going to be something like 9-10 people competing for these slots
Yeah,
here.
we don't know. We don't know how the other matches turned out, if people drew, if they